Okay, I'm back, and we're still in Job. Today is Job 14 through 16. And where we left off, Job is still going through his situation, and his friends are there comforting him. So in chapter 14, Job is essentially saying life is short, and I probably only got a couple of more years left here, and I'm really don't want to continue in this situation. So he's basically like, maybe death to be better. So then he goes into talking about basically mortality, yeah, death. And he at one point gives a description about a tree being cut down, and how if a tree is cut down, there's still opportunity for it to resprout itself. Like it'll cut down, but the roots are still there. And if they get water, a little bit of water, it can, regrow itself, like sprout new branches and whatnot, which I didn't know that trees can do that. That was interesting, and that's something that I learned. And to me, I think in him saying that, it kind of was like he was hoping for at least a little bit of water or a little bit of relief from his own personal situation, so that he can sprout and be vibrant again. Because, now he is just miserable day in and day out, because he still has those inflictions to his body. He still, lost his kids and everything else, whatever. And then you go to 15, and I think at this point I'm learning that he talks and complains and goes through his woes, and then his friends kind of counter and try to bring him to reality. So this friend tries to encourage them the best way they know how. This friend is Eliphaz. Now Eliphaz, he probably should have went first, because he was the worst one giving advice, in my opinion. Like, he was the worst one. So because he basically told Job, man, it ain't no way you blameless and not wicked. Like, you must have did something, because God is doing this to you. So this has to be punishment for something that you did. You probably just forgot that you did it, but he God, so he remembered that you did it. And I'm just like, wow, that's so cold. Like, that's your friend. Wouldn't you know if he was doing some stuff? I mean, I don't know. That's just in my head. I'm like, Dad, y'all been friends forever. You would know if he did some stuff. But he was like, that's essentially what he said. Like, you had to have done something. You sure you didn't do nothing? Because God is giving you a lot of headache right now. You sure? And, and so he was like, I knew Job was gonna come back with something, because Job ain't been taking their stuff. Like, he going through all these battles and stuff, and he know he going up against God and stuff, but he giving it to his friends too when they come at him sideways. And Job did not disappoint. Job said, "You guys are miserable comforters." That took me out, because I'm just like, wait a minute. Your friends coming to help you, like, sit with you in your situation, but give me his friends were a little coming at him a little sideways in their advice, but they were still there. They were still present while he was going through. But he said, they are miserable comforters. What else he say? He also points out, like, if I was in y'all situation, it'd be easy for me to say what y'all saying to me too. But at least I have common sense enough to know to shut up sometimes, to be quiet, to understand that I don't understand what you're going through at this particular moment. That took me out. I'm cracking up, because Job, even though he's going through all this stuff, me being me and how silly I am, he is funny. He is really funny to me. And so anyway, Job tell them that they are miserable comforters. And then he goes in and basically says that if you guys, if I were in your situation, I would say what y'all said to me, but I would know when to be quiet. But also, even though I'm in this situation that I'm in, and God is basically turning me every which way but loose, I'm still showing up for myself. I'm still praying to God. I have not denounced his name at all. I still pray rigorously. I still do, what I'm supposed to do as a believer in God. And so then he's like, starts thinking, I think in his mind as he's speaking, he's like, well, since these prayers are me going directly to God, he doesn't seem to be accepting that request. Maybe what I should do is have an advocate, like somebody to go between God and humans. And I was like, okay, Job, that's a good idea. So I'm thinking that the advocate that Job is requesting has to be Jesus. But because I'm still so far in the beginning, I still got a long ways to go before Jesus is born. But God is the creator, so he probably knew about Jesus coming way before this situation even occurred with Job. But yeah, so that's where I am now, is that Job called his friends miserable comforters. And that is just so hilarious to me. Hilarious. But this Bible is really good to me. Until next time, see ya.